So if you're going to draw a contour line drawing of a piece of fruit, like an apple, you have to think carefully about where the lines are going. The lines are going to show the form. And so if they go straight across, it'll flatten the form. We have to see that the line comes from around the apple here, curves around and goes behind the apple. And to show that, we can think about ovals. So first I'm going to sketch out an outside contour line drawing of what the apple might look like. Do this so you can see it a little better. Alright, so I have my outside contour line, like this. The stem is coming from the middle point here. It's not coming from the very top, so it's tempting to put the stem right here, but it's actually down about here. So the stem is actually sticking out about like that. Okay, and then we're going to start thinking about those contour lines, and I'm going to start with the ones that go around this way. We can think about this top area right here as an oval. And we talked before about how if you look at it this way, it might be a perfect circle, but once you turn it, it becomes an oval. And so I'm going to use that oval in this small space as I'm working. So we can see the oval is coming around the form. This shows that it gets smaller down in here. It comes down. Then these lines around here show that it comes around up front and back around again. Just like on this apple, they go from behind. They go around, up front, and behind. So you can see how those round shapes, or I'm sorry, those round lines are going to help show the form of the apple. Now the other lines are coming from here and the center point of the apple here. So we can sort of imagine that there's an axis going through the apple like this. So it's coming down. And we can imagine that our vanishing points are on that horizon line, you could call it. And those lines are going to come from there and they're going to come up and around. So they'll come from in here, they're going to go up and around to show this part of the form. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to follow this line. It's a little bit flat here, comes up and around. Now this one goes around here and we can't see it. The next one comes up and around like this. Well, it gets tricky here because it turns in the direction turns. So this is coming up this way and coming down. Let's see, almost crossover. Sometimes you'll see sort of a straight line here. Okay. Now when you come down here, these actually aren't going to cross in this space. They're probably going to cross underneath. So I'm going to adjust my line a little bit here to show that. I'm going to move this particular line over just a bit and this one. So this one's going to come down to the bottom of the apple here, like that. This one is going to come from the bottom of the apple up, like that. So there's nothing wrong with adjusting your contour lines as you go. Okay. And you can darken them in once you've really figured out where they all need to be. This one is tricky because it almost looks like it goes straight back. I'm going to turn it that way, and then this one come this way. Now this center area in here, you can see in the apple there's some shading in there. This is the dark inside of the apple. And then that little stem that we had coming out, I'm going to go ahead and darken that in so you can see it just so it stands out. And then we have our circles coming here. Or, I'm sorry, not circles, ovals. Coming here. Go around. And you see how they're coming around here. Not like this. We don't want them to stop. Here, I'll move that over. We don't want them to stop right on the edge. We want them to go around in a circle. So let's go back here. Make sure these are coming all the way around to the front. All the way around. All the way around. And there you have a cross contour drawing of an apple.